We back with another episode of KLM University. I appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Today, my special guest is no other than a songwriter, an artist. He's been on tour with Trey Songz, Tyrese, Jaquez. He's opened up for Tank. I can't even name everybody, but he's a dope man. He's trying to bring R&B back alive again, because they trying to say R&B's dead, but nah, he's gonna bring it back alive again. So I just want to introduce you to my brother Nick Lavelle. Yo, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
What up, though?
Good to see you.
Look. Yeah,
bro, we gotta lock in.
You know it.
So thank you for joining me, bro. I know a little bit about your story, but I want you to educate the people, right, and help the people understand who you are, bro. I think we got to shine some light on some of the, the people that's out here doing it, and you're one of the brothers that's out here doing it. I know a lot about your story, and I want you to educate the people because you did it in a very unique way, bro. And
yeah.
I think that's so dope because people trying to be lazy on social media these days, right? And they trying not to put the work in, but you put the work in a nice, unique way. So I want you to tell your story, bro.
Bet.
What's good? Tell the people.
All right, so yeah, what up, though? It's your boy Nick Lavelle. They call me AK Mr. Whole Wheel. You know what I mean? I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm born and raised. Went to college at Western Michigan University. Pledged Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. A lot of my music, a lot of my event coordinating and curating all started in college. That's where a lot of just my tactics, my principles, the foundation for just the whole music, it came from, being in college, understanding that there's an opportunity here for growth and development, wanting to, be in entertainment. Now, I never always wanted to do music. A lot of people don't know that I wasn't trying to do music. It's not something I've been doing my whole life. But I have been, I love being in the spotlight. That's something I've always, I always wanted that. Kid, you always wanted to just be in entertainment or be in some form of.
But you skipping the story, Nick. Come on,
I'm just saying,
you jumping right into it now. You the guy from Detroit that made it to Atlanta, though.
Yeah.
Right. So you gotta tell them about the story about Nick, right?
Yeah.
The Detroit Nick first, because we gotta see how you even got into that, right? How did Nick make it to Atlanta? What did Nick go through? Because I know Nick went through some shit in his life that put him in this position that made him grind hard the way he grinded hard. So give the people
I got
that.
so many. So the thing is, I have so many scenarios, and it's a lot of times you don't know what people know, but at the end of the day, when you're trying to give everybody stuff, you're trying to figure it out. So even growing up in Detroit, I would say I grew up in the hood, but we wasn't in the hood, if that makes sense. It's we around certain shit. You know what I'm saying? We around, I can cuss?
Yeah,
okay, cool. We around, all right, man, say no more. So, we around certain shit, but you got some people that just not into the shit, And, I watched my mom, my dad, they go through what they went through. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 16, and then, we moved, and I felt I had a father figure. There's no way around it. I'm not one of these niggas that cat. I grew up both parents in the household. I don't know how people make fun of that. It is what it is.
Nigga. See, that's the thing, and that's what I'm trying to get people to see. Even though I get a lot of people that I speak with, and they think all because they had all of this that they don't really have a truth. I'm nah, you still got a truth, bro. What's your story?
Because it wasn't always pieces.
There you go. Tell your truth, bro. We ain't got to tell the worst story in the world, but you still got a story that you need to tell,
shit.
bro.
No, and I love that because I think you made a great point. A lot of people feel because they grew up a certain way, they don't have a story. It is. Your way that you move and the way you got to where you are is unique and divine.
And life affects everybody differently, bro. So you had a way that it could have affected you differently.
And it's something that somebody can attest to. There's probably a lot of people out there that probably had a similar upbringing. Well, I know a lot of people who had similar upbringings to me, and shit, they panned out very successful. You know what I mean? I'm still chasing the dream, still chasing the grind. But end up going to college at Western Michigan.
Western Michigan?
Yeah, Western Michigan. Okay, yeah, I went there. I just remember even my experience at Western was it was so culturally shocking because I went from the high school I went to in Detroit was Renaissance. That was the first 2 years of my high school years. Went there. It was up and down, you know what I'm saying? Really was just a kid in the mix. Really wasn't I didn't really have my way like that. I was just, just feeling myself out, and I was young. I'm the oldest as well.
Okay.
So it's a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that I'm learning on my own. I don't have a big brother, big cousin to coach me through certain circumstances.
You got a lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility, just because I just got to be that guy.
And it's just because you're the oldest. It's just
just because I'm the oldest.
You could do it. It's just you the oldest.
Absolutely. Then I ended up transferring to a school called Dearborn, which was predominantly white and Arabic. Because Dearborn, Michigan, has the largest Islamic or Muslim population in the United States.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know they have the biggest mosque there in Dearborn.
That.
Yeah, if you look it up, you'll say the biggest mosque in the United States is in Dearborn. I went to the middle school right next to it.
Wow.
So that I was introduced to like the Muslim, religion, the culture, the Arabic culture, the Arabic language. That was like a language we had to learn in middle school.
Different because you a minority now, or they didn't.
It ain't. We never a minority.
Nah, you know how they be making people.
Some people they do. They try. I mean, everybody's gonna try. Yeah, they're gonna try and make it sound like. But Detroit is a black city, so it ain't no such thing as us being a minority nowhere.
I'm from New York, but I get it, but some places it does make you feel that way.
In that area, in them areas, there is a lot of Arabics and a lot of Muslims, and they dope though. These are guys that they damn near kind of act black a little bit because they grew up in these areas, in these cities, the parts that they grew up in is a block from Detroit. It's not like you're in your own.
So they actually
seeing this. What they seeing what's going on because some like some of them schools are literally on the border. You're literally playing a lot of the Detroit schools, a lot of the downriver schools. You're just in the mix. So yeah, it was definitely a dope experience just being around that, and that was the first taste of me being able to be culturally inclined and be diverse and be able to navigate. Because there's people that I grew up with that can't operate in these elements. And I think that is a very intricate part of my experience in my life, being able to be around all different type of cultures, races, and religions at an early age and being able to navigate with it. That's so important because that's the real world.
Network with everybody. Everybody's your
you got to get a taste. You get a taste of you get a taste of prejudice. You get a taste of racism. You get it in all shapes and forms, and you learn how to navigate with it. A lot of people don't have those skills. Take it personal, and they react certain ways.
There you go.
I'm not. You can say whatever you want because it doesn't affect me. And these are things that I think are building blocks of the foundation of like my life and how I teach my children, how I move. I just don't react to certain shit because it just doesn't. It don't be worth my energy. But going through that. Once again, like I said, none of music is. I wanted to be a football player. That's what I wanted to do. I love basketball, but football was what I did.
But how did you like? So I know you had to get to a point where you was trying to make your way to Atlanta. Is it because of music that you was trying to make your way, or was it school that made you like?
No, music. Atlanta was because of music. You know what I mean? So
I know you said you went to Western Michigan.
Yep.
So yeah, it had to be because of music.
It was all for music. I only came to Atlanta for music only, for the opportunities of music and what we heard about the situations out here and how people come to Atlanta and they dominate. But that is just so crazy. What people don't realize is sometimes it goes up and down. It's not really where you go. It's really just how you really navigate through life in certain circumstances. Because I do believe everything in life is timing. It's strategy, it's production. I think it's a combination of all those things because and consistency. Those are
put the work in.
Those is
to meet the moment.
Yep, that's because you can meet the moment, but are you prepared for the moment?
Yep. So if you meet the moment with the preparation.
Oh, it's over with. Game over.
That's it.
Now you out of here, and that's where I feel like I'm at right now. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just waiting on my moment because I'm prepared because I've been preparing for this my whole life. And what I mean by preparing for my whole life, I've been prepared for obstacles and taking on success and taking it like head on. Because not only do music, I do the acting. But just to kind of get what you're like to answer what you're saying, in college, I was throwing parties. I was a college party promoter. That's where it started from. Through small events, I started doing step shows, stroll-offs, fashion shows. I was doing all this in college, making a couple dollars. My first concert or my first party I threw in college, I made $10K. I made that at 21. That was a lot of money for me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Hell yeah.
Broke.
Hell yeah, broke as hell.
You make 10 bands.
Man, 10 racks. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to. Once I did that, that made me think, like, all right, cool. I don't have to work a regular job and I can do this.
So you
And
tasted the money and you said, like, yo,
exactly.
this is
I
another way to
never
do this.
like from that first day. I never had a mindset like I'm not doing another show. No, hell no. I said this is what I'm doing. So then I just kept elevating with it. I ended up doing a concert. The first person I ever booked for a concert was Jacquees.
That's what I was about to ask you.
There you go.
Like, yeah, how did it
So
happen?
before I even did that, I was working at PNC Bank. This is how crazy it was. I was working at PNC Bank, and I just remember, salary $52,000 a year. It's my
How
first.
how old
This
were
is still like 20. I was like 22.
Yeah, 52,000, not bad.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, I didn't make it the whole year. I only was there for like a few months because it was so. It was just for me. It was like I dealt with so much. I had one kid at the time. Then I had a kid on the way, and I'm just like, and then I was in a relationship with a chick, and I didn't have no direction. I didn't know where I wanted in my life. I started doing music, just doing videos, singing videos, dropping them on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and it was like regular, like, cause I'm not the best singer, but and even back then I really wasn't the best singer, and it was just like me. I did it because I just love music. I don't give a fuck. I want to sing. Goddamn it, I don't care how I sound.
Yep.
I'm fucking putting it out there. Fuck y'all. That's how it was. But then my voice was getting better.
Because you've been singing. That's how you get there. What the fuck else you going to do?
Practice,
You've been singing so
repetition.
much, like, fuck,
Yeah,
I hate
and
the way
then-
it sounds, but you've been practicing, you kept at it, staying consistent. This shit gonna eventually kick, nigga.
Because that's exactly what I'm
This shit
thinking in
was
my
tuning
head.
out,
I was
like,
yeah, I was like, all right, working on my kinks out. Then one of my homies, he hit me up because he had sent me a song, and I heard the guy that was singing. I think we don't know shit. People, this is a scary thing. Back then, we're talking 8 years ago when I first started doing music, 2015.
Yeah.
So almost 10 years ago, no one knew we didn't know about Pro Tools. We didn't know about recording studios. We didn't know shit. I didn't know where to even start.
How to fucking start.
So when I heard somebody that sound good, I said, wait a minute, where he at? Well, how can I get with him to see how he sound? So he introduced me to this guy in Detroit named Charles Hines. And me and him are good friends to this day and everything. And that dude, I pulled up to him and we politicked a little bit. And it was funny as hell because I was just so excited I was able to figure out, this is like first time I learned about auto-tune. I said, oh, hell yeah, it's over with. I can tweak my shit a little bit. So I'm hype as hell.
Those
I'm
little
like,
cracks out of there.
so I ended up fucking with him.
Yeah.
That's when I learned that, and I just started learning different ways, and then doing the music for months and over a year. I just started putting shit out. People in my college started to fuck with it. I was like, hold on, this shit sounds pretty straight.
Because music changed a lot since you came in the game. Like,
Oh, yeah, hell
you
yeah.
There's a lot of people out here that you tweak that shit. It's a good song. Like, it sounds good. As long as it sounds good to the ears right now, people fucking with it now.
Yeah, and I mean, music has changed so much now.
It's hard to get people to pull up to the concerts. That's when you really you know what I mean? But but you have to have a strategy.
You have a strategy.
So that's where you tap into your specific audience, your specific fan base, and you learn how to pull those people out. It's not hard. It's just people think they could just tweak their shit without doing the other back end of the shit, and it's just gonna come together. Now you gotta have the business. You gotta tap into your audience. You gotta find your audience, and then people gonna fuck with you.
No, that's
but
a fact.
my fault. Go ahead.
No, you good. You
about to
good. Hell
educate
yeah. No, like so yeah. Just through all that, I said, all right, fuck this. If I'm going to take this shit serious, I need to jump out and go somewhere. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I do regret this because this move. I moved to Atlanta back in 2015 because I felt like that was the move. That's what I heard. It was a kid I knew down there that had a crib, and he said, yo, you can stay with me. You can just, pay a little bit on the rent, and you can stay with us, and we can hit the studio. I got a studio plug. We can go there. It's free of charge. And he was supposed to sign to some dude, and when he was going to sign to the dude was going to pretty much, give him a nice little bag. But, man, when I tell you that shit went south so fast. That's just how the game be because a lot of people don't realize, like, man, this music shit is so stressful. It's a bunch of janky motherfuckers, a bunch of pump faking ass niggas. Right? You don't know who to trust.
Who's really doing it? Who could
and that's what once I got in, I said, oh, I see what the fuck going on. This shit is just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. So came down, I failed miserably. I failed because.
So what's failing?
For me, failing is not sticking to my guns on my hustle, locking in. I came down and I got like complacent, which that's never me. And then I ended up getting out of it, but That's when I kind of like, when I came down here, I came with like 5-6 racks thinking that shit's something. But I should have came with that and been ready to still hustle to maintain. I didn't come down here on that, which fucked me up. Didn't have no job. I had no motion, no plan at all. Just straight freelance.
How old were you at that time?
2015, that'll put me at 24.
24,
Yeah, I had just turned, no.
Rightfully so where you should be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
25.
a lot of 24 years don't have no plan at that time.
Yeah, I had
That
no
shit is
plan.
that's not easy to have a real plan, but you took that move and you made it here though.
Yep.
So you
So
ready to go back or not?
yeah, so I ended up going back to Michigan.
hoping it's-
But no, before I went back, this is what happened. I was down there doing my thing in the A. I eventually found the crib. I eventually got a whip. Eventually got a job. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Then I was like messing with this older chick. I wasn't even gonna say best friend. I met her. We was kicking it, was chopping it up. She took me to a fucking strip club, a male strip club, and said, "Look." And this is back when the nigga body was like, I was ripped a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now I got the grown man body and shit. So dad bod. So now she taking me to the spot. She said, "Yo, with your body, your looks, your energy, you need to be making these women pay all this extra shit." Yeah. She gave me a little speech, and I personally, I was a little bit against it because I didn't want the stigma behind being a stripper, because it was like, I don't want no gay rumors attached to me, nothing against that, but I just didn't want that for me. And eventually it ended up happening anyway. I don't give a fuck. Now where we in society, everything is so, it is what it is.
Worry about what they think.
Exactly. Yeah. So I ended up jumping into the strip shit, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a game changer for me, life changing, game changer, because I got to learn a lot about crowd control. I got to learn a lot about entertainment, how to really cater a woman, the artist seduction.
Which can help you as an artist.
Exactly. And then I was playing my music in the club while I'm dancing. Yes. So it's that like a domino thing. It's a domino effect. Bro. And it starts to resonate, because it was a point in time where other dancers were playing my song on their sets. Wow. So that was good. Double play.
And they keep hearing it. You know, anytime you hear something on repeat,
you know it. Yeah, 7 times. We all know the 7. Yep.
Yeah, you don't learn the first try, but that couple times, you start singing along, that shit sound familiar now.
No, absolutely.
You start looking for it. Yep. That's genius,
so,
bro.
That was the move. But then, just like any business, you know, you have your down season. Mm-hmm. So once it started fading out, I just kind of left the game, and I was like, all right, I'm about to try to see what I could do on my own. So I started doing private shows. Then eventually I was like, you know what? I was just so out of, like, mentally, I was just out of it. I just like, I need to go back home. I need to regroup. Because I'm not down here doing nothing that I want to do.
So and I'm just, you got lost in that.
I got lost because I was just like, I'm just doing stuff.
That money was
I hate doing things that doesn't align with what the ultimate goal is.
Because you making money, but no
making money,
behind it.
But it ain't no purpose. And it's like, yo, you in that strip game, you will be in that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That I see a lot of niggas.
That money, it's hard to.
Yeah, because it's the same with women. When you look at women who've been stripping for 10 years, you actually say, like, God damn, I know women that can go to a club and make $2,000-3,000 in a night. When you really put it in perspective, it's like, if a female can go to the club 5 days a month and make 2 racks, that's 10K. But if she can, like, literally say, you know what, for 90 days straight, not 90 days straight, but for 3 months, I'm gonna make sure I commit to going to the club 3 to 4 days a week.
Treat it as a business.
Treat it as a business. Yeah. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna work my regular job. I'm gonna strip and I'm gonna stack. Like I'm gonna pivot for 90 days. I'm not going out. Only time I go out is because you gotta think, as a female, you don't gotta go out. If you don't want to, you ain't gotta pay for shit anyway. Yeah. But if you go to the strip club and you stack that cheese, I just see that's the game I was on. I was like in the same shit. I wasn't making the same shit as them girls.
Nah. But you get lost in that world. They get lost in that world.
Because you fuck their money up. And then when people realize, like, that's the fastest way to make money, if they want something, they know all I gotta do is go to the club for a week and I could probably make 5 bands. Exactly. But it's like,
but you ain't investing that money into nothing else.
You're not investing.
So now you got to keep going back to the same
exactly because you looking nice, you crispy as hell, but it's
you
like,
got no investments.
There you go.
And that's how you can never get out of that game. You're gonna
keep.
It's like working check to check.
The fuck on.
Night to night, check to check. Goddamn.
I had to get the fuck on. So I dipped. Went back to Michigan, and it was crazy because this is where shit got real wicked for me. So I had already what happened? I had a pending case in, like, Tennessee from living there when I was in college. Never addressed it. Never even knew it was a case. Damn. So got caught a case, felony. I got I didn't have to do no jail time. It was straight. It was like my first one, and it was like under all the little provisions because I was young, so I was good. Then, so I moved back to Michigan, and this is like this part of the story is like so deep because this is like it plays like a major role in my life. It's like it's a turning point. I have a show at Michigan State with one of my best friends. He's a party promoter too. He's the biggest party promoter in Michigan, one of them. And I get pulled over the day of the show, and I got a gun in the whip. Damn. The gun is brand new in a box, but like it's open though. Like I took the gun out the box, loaded it, wow, and I put it back in my book bag, and it's in a box. It was in a box. It was in a box. Yeah. So it's still concealed. In Michigan, our law is different than New York. Yeah. We can have guns, and we don't have to have license, but it can't be concealed. It's called an open carry state. Yeah, but it's the crazy part. I had a gun license. My gun license was suspended 2 days before I got pulled over.
God playing with you like.
Yeah, like it's deep in the field because I bought the gun. Good or not good? I bought the gun. In order to buy a gun, you have to run your because if you're gonna buy it, it asks you for your license. They run your background, make sure everything's straight. Yeah. It all came back green. Yeah. So then they sold me the gun. I get pulled over. I tell them, I said, I got my gun, I got a license. Officer didn't even take me to jail because she believed me, which was true. Yeah, she said, I'm seeing that your license was suspended.
And they stole you the gun already.
And you already had the gun. Yeah. But so I got caught on negligence because they said that because I changed my address. They said it's my job to make sure my shit is on point. Yeah. Your gun license gets suspended. This is the only address we have on file. It's not, I should have updated my address with the state. Yeah. They would have been able to send me the documents that say, hey, your gun license is suspended. I could have either sold my gun, surrendered my gun, and be like, okay, cool. Now I would have been good. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that case right there, that fucked me up. But this happened.
Negligence charge?
No, it was possession of firearm. They gonna send me to prison. 6 months.
I thought you said she was being nice.
No, she didn't. She let me go.
But how did
the DA picked it up? You still have to turn it over. Still have to turn it over because you still got to write it up. You turn it over to the prosecutor. It's up to them to pick it up. So them niggas picked that bitch up. Your ass. Yeah, but they didn't come and get me. It was like they put out a warrant. They didn't put out a warrant until 6 months later. But this is so crazy. Let me tell you what's even deeper.
American system got
this is what happened. It got deeper than that.
I'm moving too slow.
I had another show in Baltimore the day after the gun shit. If they would have took me to jail that night, I would not been able to get out of jail, or I would have got out. It was on weekends, so I would have not got out until the weekend over. I would have missed this show in Baltimore, which ultimately was the changing point of my life. We drove to Baltimore the next day. It was like, hey, we gonna go here, me and my peoples. It's like 4 of us. We drove to that motherfucker. Before we got there, we all prayed. We was like, hey, we in the middle of the hood. You been in Baltimore, you know what it's like. We in Norman Jeans, the strip club, hole in the wall. Baddies all through that motherfucker, but it's 100 niggas in that motherfucker because it's a big ass showcase. It's a DMV showcase. It's 100 artists, rappers.
That's rough already.
They already. And it's late as fuck. We never been to Baltimore. We don't know shit about it.
You perform?
Went there to perform.
To sing R&B?
Sing R&B. I don't know. I'm just because this is me. This is where people talk about. Yeah, this is me. This is like the epitome of what I do. Like go against the grain. I have no fear. I'm fearless. Fuck it. We going out. We going and tell me I'm weak. Tell me I'm ass. That way I know. All right, maybe this ain't for me. And that's what I prayed on. I asked God. I said, hey, if I go to this showcase, give me a sign on what I should do, because at the end of the day, it's like I don't exactly. And I ain't gonna lie, I think I was in that position where I was like, if I go out here and I just lay a fucking egg, I'm out. I'm done with this shit because I already see the trajectory of how music is. It's a lot of music, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort you got to put in it. It's like it's not worth it sometimes.
You feel like it's either right now or never. Like
for me, it wasn't. At that moment, it was like it's levels to the shit. You do a bunch of showcases around your city, and you get a little love here and there. You build your fan base, but it's like that's people that know you, people fuck with you, girls that like you. But it's like that's really no.
Once you get the strangers to buy in,
the strangers is where it's at. That's their real audience, because that means that they have no type of skin in the game.
Yeah.
They don't know you from a can of paint. They know the music. They see you like, wait a minute, I fuck with this.
Yeah.
So I go out there, I do my thing. We go through the whole shit. What ends up happening is I end up placing top 3 out of 100 motherfuckers.
Wow.
Right there alone. I'm like, I'm cool with that.
Yep.
God, you answer me.
Yep.
I'm comfortable.
Confirmation.
So to take it a step forward, out of the 3 guys, out of the 3 of us that was, you know, the renters, the one nigga, some nigga was like, random nigga from North Carolina was like, nah, hell no, I don't want to do no split, 3-way split. Like, it's all or nothing for me. The judge is looking at him, but they like, he said, I drove all the way from North Carolina, like, to
What was
split.
the prize again?
Oh, so the prize was $1,000,
Okay.
a radio interview, and a music video.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, but I'm just like, I'm really thinking about the $1,000. That was the
you
intriguing
want the
part.
money.
I'm
You want
like,
the money
but
to get my money back.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he's about to split 3 ways. So I'm like, shit,
yeah.
333 a piece.
Nah.
I'm cool with that. I'm already like, I made all my money back because that
But
game,
how
like
y'all
I
was gonna
said,
do with the interviews and shit, like something?
man, I think they said they was gonna give all of us an interview. Or no, I forgot what the situation was. I think I don't even think they even mentioned an interview. They just talking about the money part was getting split. And I think that's probably why he said, I think one person get the interview, y'all decide who get the interview, the other person side of the video, and then I don't know, that was what it was. Bottom line is, the nigga ain't want none of that. So they was like, we gonna go to the crowd. And we went to the crowd, nigga, the crowd all picked me for the winner.
Wow.
So you gotta think.
Listen, when God is
Hey, when
you,
God,
bro,
that's where the guy,
everybody out the way and
man.
say, yo, fuck him.
He said, fuck him.
It was your moment. Like, how? How else could that have happened, bro? That had to be your moment.
That's when I
He
knew.
moved everybody out the way for you.
And a lot of people from that night, it's probably 4 or 5 artists that I keep in contact with. A couple people from that night, they all look at me like, bro, I knew the minute you got on the stage that you was gonna be one of them ones. That's when like niggas been saying that to me. We're talking, that happened in 2017.
So what did that do for you? Like, that boosted your confidence? That made
It took me to the next level.
Yeah.
I never, from that moment, I never looked back. That's who you got today.
So how you met Jack? Yeah, I was going like.
Yep. So
like
after that, boom, this
is.
happens in January, February. So the Jacque shit happens in April. We like, okay. Then I do another show. Like when I did that and I posted it, now people is on my radar. Niggas like, what the fuck? Because now you seeing me doing shows and other. What's so fucking crazy is like when I look back at this shit. Listen, if I had to do music over, I would not do it because of how much work I didn't put in. I put in hours of fucking time with it. Like me talking about it right now, just like
it's not even the work; it's the lack of support. Yo, we could work harder. We just got our people behind us.
Because you got some people that could just drop one song and they got 100 million people.
Yeah.
Everything has been such a real grind. But it's crazy when I talk about this shit. When they get like, I want to start doing music, I say, oh man, I don't even want to talk to niggas that want to start doing music. Yeah. I don't want to do it. Like I hate this sound because I know when I look at people characters,
you ain't built for this shit.
I know you're not built for this. You're not even built for this for your own shit.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you in a booth. I'm not doing music with you because I see your work ethic on regular shit. So it's like, well, I tell niggas, I don't even want to do music or I don't even want to associate with niggas who just doing music because I know that you're not, I already know the work ethic that you're showing right now. You're not even, I'm not wasting my time. That's why I'm going to tax you. If you don't got the money, it's no point. Because you're not.
Record labels are going out.
Yeah.
They tired of wasting their time.
Y'all don't want to put the work in. Y'all lazy. I'm a nigga that put the work in. You would never take nothing away from me in this shit. I put my own money up. I travel. I didn't travel to shows by myself with nobody. It's just me. I give the DJ that's there a flash drive or send them my music. I go out there and I annihilate the fucking show by myself. I be outside passing flyers at the end of the show with no shirt on, just tapping in with fans, throwing t-shirts in there. I work my own merch tables. This is shit that I've done.
Let me tell you something. People think they could come in and do whatever they want to do, right? Like, and handle the game however they want. We see the top motherfuckers still putting their work in. Drake has been running since 2008 and hadn't taken his skates off yet. Like, he just been, and we think we just come here, put a song out here and there, put the work in when we want to put it, and we're going to get that type of level of success. Like, only people that's putting the work in that you're trying to put in is going to reach those charts. And you understand the game. There's no comfort zone. There's no contentment. It's keep on going. Because that's the only way you're going to get to the masses, bro. Like, that's the only way you're going to get to that next level type of shit, bro. You can't come in here and just put half work in. You're going to get half response, bro. So you doing everything, and it's showing, bro. Like I saw you came out with a song. Is it Put On My Girl? Was it? It sounds like a Jagged Edge.
Oh yeah,
type
not my
song.
girl, not my girl.
Not my
Yep,
girl. Yeah,
yep.
that shit fire, bro. I really fuck with that one.
Appreciate it.
So I see you also coming out with you trying to do something with Jagged Edge.
Yeah, well, I got a single with him now.
Yeah.
I have a record with him.
Okay.
And we was putting it out, but I wanted to get it like remastered and restructured just so I can make sure, because I got a
Did it
project
come
I'm gonna
from
drop.
like Not My Girl type of inspiration? Like did they see that and feel like, yo, that's dope?
I ain't gonna lie, I think with the
that
industry,
was fire. It sound like it, but it sound different. And it
yeah.
was
So
just like,
Not My Girl is because every artist has their. It's like in sports, everybody got their specialties.
Yeah.
I think I'm really like my specialty or one of my traits is like remakes. That's something that I'm really good. Like I can re-rock a record. So I'll take an old record and then I'll revamp it, switch the words up, change the melody maybe, or maybe take the beat and switch it up. That's just been my thing. But it's a lot of people that's like that. Yeah. But that's been like my forte. Obviously, I gotta eventually get away from that and get some original music, so then I can have the records that people remake.
Just so you can give your identity.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you have an identity that you're gonna want to eventually show. But I mean, I think you're doing everything creatively right now, and I think that's dope. Like that still makes sense at the end of the day. You still point out your own creative way of doing music.
So yeah, I think with the industry, what they do is it's a lot of guys they be hearing about you. Yeah, and that's what it is. Like you think people not paying attention, niggas is paying attention. You think Chris Brown ain't ever heard of me? He heard of me. Yeah. He's seen me. He's been around or heard somebody speak on me, because when you're doing so much, your name's gonna come up in rooms that you're not in. Yeah. People gonna talk about it. Now, whether a nigga hear about it in a positive way or a negative way, you gonna hear about people gonna hear about you if you're putting in the work. And I think in certain circumstances, my name's been in so many rooms and in so many conversations. Yeah, but it's not even the phone call that we're waiting on. Really, when it comes to this music shit, what you said,
collabing, what I was saying.
Yeah, collabing. Yeah, absolutely.
You already got the opportunity. You can take that shit yourself.
You create, but even with those phone calls, you fuck around being in a room with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just because you've been putting in so much work, it didn't lead you to that. But that's the same as like you said, you getting a phone call or being put in that position.
Just by being in that room, you're gonna get yourself to that level where that phone call is gonna call. They gonna call you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, people be trying so hard sometimes. Like, yo, if you just put your work in, you're gonna possibly be in that room. You vibe with him. You talk to some so and so, and they be like, yo, I think you should do it with Nick. And they be like, oh, word.
Yeah. And that's what
Let's call Nick. And now Nick on the phone like, yo, who this? This is Chris Brown. I want to do it, or so and so. I want to do it. Like that's how it really works sometimes, bro. So you just keep doing what you're doing. Focus on you.
Strategy. And we can get like, that's what I be wanting. Like if I can get like some shit, even with the Detroit market, if I can get the Detroit market or the Midwest and be like, all right, cool. We get produced. Like I'm doing these beats and somebody hit me with some shit and say like, yo, we need to put a male R&B artist on this bitch. Who y'all got in mind? Like I definitely want to be the guy that niggas like, yo, we could put this nigga, he going crazy right now. Like he the hottest nigga from the city and he living in the A, but he be doing shows, doing his own thing. And it's like, he's gonna push it. If he's on this record with you, he's gonna push that bitch like with his life. That's the type of shit. That's what I represent.
Who's your I was gonna say like who's your influence in? Sorry, let me.
Yeah, no. My influence on this music shit.
Not even just influence, but like who's your influence and what's your like where you trying to take R&B? Like like.
Honestly,
what do you
it's
want
not
to
even
look like, because I feel like R&B people really think it's dead. Like
I don't think that they think it's dead. I think that it's where you go. It's your demographic. When you go to the
play
club,
on the radio a lot though. That's the problem.
Yeah, but it can go so many ways. When you get in the car, I mean, how often? I don't listen to the radio at all. But that's just me. I know a lot of people do listen to the radio. Yeah. But I hear mix. I hear a lot of R&B. I hear a lot of rap, but it depends on where I'm at. If I go to certain restaurants, I may hear all R&B. If I go to a bunch of clubs, I may hear a bunch of hip hop and rap, but that all depends on what type of demographic, what type of market are you going into. Yeah. You place yourself in areas where you're gonna hear that shit. Now, if I control the narrative, I'll go to all R&B nights in a major city if that's what I want to do. If I'm gonna go out, I'm only going to R&B shit. Yeah. So I'm only gonna hear R&B. If I go and listen to the music in the car, I'm playing all R&B shit on my own. I'm playing my own R&B playlist. Yeah. So right, bro. That's the thing. It ain't about it being dead. It's really comes down to what the industry was trying to push, and now the industry is getting a fucking head bashed in because now they're not making a profit off of the bad music that they was pushing. Them niggas was pushing the drill shit, pushing the
and they don't got so much control what people
now
can listen to either because there's so many platforms that you could push your own music and get your own shit out
now
there.
They don't have no control of that shit. Now no one. Now they're realizing
we're not listening to radio.
Yeah, and no one is. I'm not saying no one's fucking with drill shit, but now people are starting to realize, like, nigga, that shit is really fucking up the culture, and people are starting to pull back now. Like people in the clubs are not. They're not trying to hear the drill shit. They really just trying to. They want to hear some good, feel good music. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And sometimes that is. Some girls want to hear some shit that shake them.
Right now, like,
they like, man, look, I'm tired of hearing that shit. That shit is demoralizing. It's fucking with the spirits. It's making people. Nah, we ain't trying to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? We want good shit going on now. And now that's where they're gravitating toward. That's why you're seeing a bunch of other genres of music is going to the fucking moon. You got the reggaeton, the dance hall, the country, all that shit is booming. And now everybody talking about R&B coming back. No, it ain't that it's coming back. It's just that y'all was pushing out so much of this other shit that
we got tired of it. You got to come back to the original
now you got to come
shit.
back to it. Yeah,
original talent, original skills. Like, we like to hear people that can actually sing, not or just come.
And I wouldn't even say people care about people that can really sing. People, it's tone voices. If you got some people that just have like
good sound, like you said,
it's a sound,
good sound. Like, it's not.
Now you got to acquire taste.
You
got to acquire sounds. You have some people voices that they may not be able to sing every song and be on key or fucking murder that shit.
It sounds good.
But it sounds certain shit they sound sing
and it's
sounds
relatable
so good to them.
Yeah, because a lot of that shit is not relatable, but we listening to it like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How we bopping to this shit?
That's
like, this shit crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, but I think so. What's the future look like for Nick, bro? Like, what should we be looking forward to? Like,
right now, the shit that I'm going for is being in control of your own destiny, controlling the narrative, and making yourself a brand outside of music or outside whatever your the thing that got you here. It's like, all right, cool. Music is what keeps what kind of like give people a insight of what I do. Yeah. But then once you figure out who I am, you like, oh wait, like you said,
it's much more.
It's a lot that I do, and it's a lot that I'm a part of. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I want people to buy into. But as far as on things that I got going on, I have a tour that I'm working on right now that I'm putting together. Me and another artist from the West Coast named Stephen G. We're working on a tour. We're trying to do small venues. We're like, you know what? We've both been opening up for major artists and doing 1,000-seaters, 1,500 seaters, 15,000 seaters. Yeah. But we like, hey, let's build our own organic fan base brick by brick on our own because we did everything. And we got a single that's dropping, me, him, and Skilla Baby. So it's like, now we got this record. We run some promo on that. He has a project he's dropping. I'm dropping a project. And we're going to just push this shit out. And we're going to see how many fans we get. I don't give a fuck if it's 50 people there. Yeah. I want them. Yeah. I want 50. Yeah. If I can do 50 fans in 15 cities across the country, I am totally fine with that because that means that I build off these 50. So I turn it.
Can I give you another idea? Like, make sure you capitalize off of that, right? Make sure you grab some information from these 50 people, bro. You have to, baby. I'm just making sure I
feel you.
Information.
I appreciate it. I love it.
You really have to. Some people think it's just the people come. I'm like, yo, what are you gonna do after that? How you keep them engaged? What are you gonna say to them? How you gonna you gotta push.
We have some shit to where it's like every show we're getting the emails for each event.
Yep.
We're getting phone numbers. And we're giving out merch, we're giving out flyers, we're giving attachments, we're giving out like gift bags for appreciation bags. We want to do that for everybody that comes. So like you automatically get this gift bag, just something to hold, keychain, newsletter, some type of shit, right? But then we get all the information after each show. We send them a thank you, like a big ass mass email. We do a thank you to everybody that attended. You know what I mean? And then we have somebody on our team that sits there at the door, and when you come in, hey, can you guys sign up for this? You got to sign up for this. When you come in and get your ticket, you scan your ticket, you got to put your information in. You got to put your phone number, you got to put the city that you're in, your name, and your email. All right, we're not going to spam you. We just want to have this information so we can, it's same shit you're saying, but this is how we're planning to navigate these next shows. Crazy. So that way we're
I would recommend, like, if you ever heard of Ryan Leslie?
Yeah.
Bro, his strategy is crazy.
Okay.
Like, he really taps into his audience, and like he'll sell 100,000 worth of shit to 1,500 people. Like it's how he does it, and he taps really into his audience. He has like a text message type of system.
Yes,
like,
that's what. Yeah.
He's locked in, like where he's asking you questions, you respond back. Like he'll take time out. He's really tapping into his audience. He has everything going through his own little channel or website where he knows who they are. He emails them like, bro, that's such a dope strategy because you don't need a lot of people. Because a lot of people is only going to
don't need it.
They only
You just
gonna
need a corp. That's what I said.
But they're not going to be all your customers and your,
if you can get 1,000
fans,
people
bro.
out here in the world, I think everybody, there's 1,000 people in the world that loves you.
Yeah.
You can get 1,000 people and build off those and create fans, and them are super fans. You cater to them.
Bro.
So that means you got
They'll
1,000
follow you
people
to the end of the world.
Exactly. And you take them 1,000 and you do a show, and there's 100 of them come out each show, and when they come out, they all buy tickets. Boom.
Bro,
they spending
think about
$30 a
it.
piece.
Not even that. 1,000 people, they don't come by themselves. That's 2,000
Exactly.
people, bro.
Yeah.
Or 3,000 people if they come. Yo, you getting more. If you could lock in 1,000 people, that's gonna be 2,000 people, really.
Yep. And you tell them, hey, look, you buy a ticket, or you get somebody to buy a ticket, I'm gonna give you a free ticket.
There you go.
So he's buy
It's
one,
all about
get one.
strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
People don't really be thinking about strategy on the lock. They want the masses. They want the views. I'm like, the views don't pay like that.
No,
like
it's
if
a
you
fact.
put out the buys, right? You could have a bunch. That's why I said cross branding doesn't work because you get a lot of people seeing stuff, but who's gonna buy it? You got to find your audience. That 1,000 people could take you through the moon, bro.
Yeah. And we was like the strategy for this tour, we were coming out, we were giving away 50 tickets for free to the first 50 people that subscribe to our email channel. Email last. So boom, we get that. So now we get data in exchange for free tickets. So it's cool. So then we also say, hey, you must repost a flyer of the show. So you get free promotion as well. So you get free promo, you get a body in the building that's a fan of you, and you're giving them something, so they're feeling like, oh, I got a free ticket from one of my favorite artists. It's appreciation thing. So you kind of check a bunch of boxes off of one play, and then you put the ice on the cake. You say, hey, but you can't come along. And they're like, wait a minute, what you mean? Like, you got to bring somebody. I gave you a free ticket, so now you got to find somebody and tell them, hey, I got my ticket. You got to get yours. And now you didn't translate that 50 to 100, and you really made 50, created 50 new fans. And now,
listen, you could put a play together. Yeah, we brainstorm, bro.
Yeah.
You could put a play together where your fans make money with you.
Yeah.
Think about it. Give them a special QR code or promo code, and they get a percentage off of the tickets that you
shit sound
freaking
crazy.
sell. Come on, bro.
Damn,
Now you business partners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you building with these people. Come on, bro.
Okay, cool.
It's all how we do it, strategy. There's so many ways to skin a cat, bro.
And how many tickets sell under like, yo, I'm gonna make you QR codes when you buy a ticket, boom, here go your QR.
You hit a certain
your tracking link. That's what it is.
10%,
Yeah.
15%. You get.
You could even go as high as you could start niggas off with 25 because it's like you
want them to build.
You want to build.
You gotta
if
give
you
them some
sell,
motivation to go.
if 50 tickets sell under you, if you want to, hey, any of my fans want to sell tickets in your city, and you feel like you can sell tickets to the shows, guess what? I'll make money. Yeah, that's some shit we gotta definitely look into. That'd be crazy.
You need
I
some
just gotta
business
think about
ideas. I
that
got
shit.
your back, bro.
It's on the floor. Hell yeah.
Nah, but yeah. So I got a segment that I normally do, right? Before we wrap it up, right? I want to ask you this. So I have a segment called School 'em, right? And I try to ask my guests to educate the people on something that they might want the guests to leave with from this interview, right?
Gotcha.
So please give your fellow KLM University students, I guess, give them some schooling, bro.
Bet.
Give them some education real quick.
Something that I've been working on lately is stuff I just been thinking about is when you got people in your life that are in position or in position to do major things, the easiest way for you to kind of get in the game is you gotta be resourceful. All right. My motto is this: if you can't use me, and this goes for anybody, if you can't use me, then I'm useless. You know what I mean? Don't look at somebody, oh, you're trying to use me. Everybody, people you tripping, you're trying to use me. That's good. If somebody's trying to use you, that means you're useful. That means you're resourceful. If you're not being used, figure out what it is about you that can be resourceful or that somebody can benefit from. Once you possess something that people need, you will always be needed. And the thing is, that's how you make money. That's how you start businesses. That's how you sustain in this industry. That's how you sustain in the world. You have to be resourceful in some way. Find something that you know that people need and be the person that can provide what they need in exchange for either monetary value or service or whatever that is. So that's one thing that I've been working on. I always want to make sure that I'm in need. I'm always making sure that I'm being used.
I don't want to step on your toes when you're schooling, but I like to piggyback off that, bro.
Yeah.
So I asked God to make me a vessel.
Yeah,
right?
in a
Like-
sense, yeah,
like
yeah.
a vein, right? You ever think about a vein in the body? Does it ever go without blood?
Nope.
Come on, bro. An organ will go without blood, but the vein never goes without blood. So that's
Okay.
why I always give. I don't never stop the blessings from giving. And doing
Right.
certain things, because if you stop that, now you become an artery. Now you're a blockage. There's a blood clot and all this shit.
'Cause
You
people tell
stop
me
the
all the
blessings
time,
from going through, bro. You gotta keep it going.
They say like, oh, you always posting niggas shit. You always posting people shit, and they don't ever post your shit. Sometimes these artists, industry niggas don't be reposting your shit. I said, let me tell you something. Long as I know that shit was solid on my side, I can't be mad at nothing that comes out of this. I know I was solid. So when people look at this, you can say, well, he dick sucking. It is what it is, nigga. I'm always gonna show love. I'm gonna always be the person to set the bar. Like I'm letting you know that I'm standing on business over here. All right, I support you. I respect you. I got love for you, and this is what it is on my end. I'm leading with
God
that.
ain't judging you how
What you
other
do,
people treat you. They
exactly.
judging you how you treat people.
Exactly. I like that one, and that's I never use that. I never use that as a response to it. I always just say like, nigga, I'm me. Like I can't control how another motherfucker act, but I know if somebody ever came down to it, you can never say that I was a whole ass nigga to you on this situation.
There you go.
You're gonna be like, no, that nigga Nick held it down. Like Nick always been solid type shit. So.
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate you, bro. So, yo, this was a dope ass conversation.
Yeah, we got to get back though. Yeah, so we're gonna try to get.
You coming back again to talk
I'm
to
coming
people
back for sure. We're gonna talk about some more
Appreciate
stuff
you,
for
bro.
sure.
So, nah, yo, it's all love, man. I really appreciate you for joining me. Yo, we gotta do this shit again. But yo, thank you for talking to the people. It's all love.
Yep, it's on the floor, baby. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yep.
How was that?
How long was it?